It's the far right side of the screen you see there. So as inflation comes down, does that mean the bull market in stocks is here to stay? Let's get right to the floor show traders. The great Scots join us. Scott Bauer from the floor of the SIBO, and here on set, trader Scott Redler. All right, Bauer, what is the sentiment among the traders down at the SIBO right now?
All right, so Liz, about a half an hour ago, I went into the pit, talked to about a dozen traders and brokers. Overall sentiment is different from what they really want to happen. They would love to see the market continue lower because that's going to bring more volatility, probably better trade. But the overall sentiment is they think that we are going to be very range-bound, probably grind back higher going into the September Fed meeting. So a lot of chop until then. That doesn't mean that we won't see, as you said, a move on CPI or PPI on Friday, a move on the next jobs number, okay? And it's actually getting busy here right now. But the overall sentiment is that this bullish market, even though we've sold off a little bit, will continue at least over the next several months.
Whatever I am hearing must mean that people are betting the options market on what, volatility?
Absolutely, and we've seen volatility come off those lows that were, the lows we've seen in 2 years. There's still, volatility is still extremely low. Whether you're looking in the SPX, at the VIX, it's still really low. Now, you do see heightened volatility a little bit going into tomorrow and Friday because of the economic prints. But if you look to next week, it dives right back down to where we've been sitting. So overall, there's still a lot of complacency out there. But I will tell you that these guys out here, at least the ones that I spoke with, they think we're going to have this chop grind higher, but they're very concerned about the back end of the year, November and December.
Okay, that is way too far out. Although, for you long-term investors, come on, right? You make good bets on companies that are quality. Let me ask both of you about what's going on in tech. Today, I mean, you can't say it's a massive sell-off, but there is a tech-led sell-off here that has a lot of red on the screen, but particularly in the semiconductor area. Scott Bauer, one could argue, if you look at the stocks, it has done so incredibly well. This is the basket of semiconductor stocks. Year to date, maybe it's just a little profit-taking, or is there something deeper here?
I think it's a little mixed, Liz. You look at the Microsoft and NVIDIAs of the world, the real big guys here, they're down about 10% off of their, recent runs. That's not that big of a drawdown. But then you look at some of the other ones, some of the smaller, NASDAQ growth stocks, take an Upstart, an AI, Lemonade, stocks like that honestly have just been decimated off of the big runs that they've had. So I think that what you're seeing is a lot of profit taking off of these stocks that have run really, really far. And even though we're seeing some of the big guys down a little bit, that profit taking, that cash is going to work in the better names. In the better names like even a Microsoft down 10%. Or NVIDIA. So I think that's what you're looking at there. But there certainly is concern that if we get a hot read tomorrow, that's not good for, obviously, these growth stocks. It's not going to be good for semis. You could see a further drawdown. But as you said, at this point, it's not that much to write home about. It really isn't.